Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 3, episode 17. Like, come on. Why are these guys really caring about what Karen lives at, what Karen stay at, where her location is, if she really lives in Great Falls? As long as she has a place to stay and a roof over her head and food to eat in her stomach, what is really the most important thing, about you guys doing your little scavenger hunt, chasing after Karen to make sure that she lives in Great Falls? If she did or she didn't, is it going to affect you? Is it going to change your life? And you guys said, Giselle, Ashley, and Robin, I'm just tired of Karen lying. I just want her to own it. I just want her to own up to it. I want to be able to support her. I don't know how to support her. Giselle, I don't know how to support her. I really want to be a friend to her and I really want to support her, but I don't know if I'm supporting her at Great Falls or am I supporting her in an apartment or a townhouse. Why does it matter? You should support her anyway. If you feel like she's not being truthful or honest about her, financial situation and where she's living at, it must be because she's ashamed and she's embarrassed and she doesn't want to be judged and she doesn't believe that you guys really have her back, which obviously you guys don't. And it is what it is with that situation. So why concern yourself? Like, Giselle, worry about your makeup line, worry about why you can't keep a man, worry about Sherman, worry about your book deal, worry about something else, worry about your kid crying in school and getting picked on and feeling lonely. Worry about that. Ashley, worry about your husband, why he don't want to have a baby with you, why he just only consider you as a trophy wife and that's it. And then he's giving you excuses that he doesn't want to have a child with you because of the way that you was raised. And then your mom, she rebutted that and was like, his kids don't even talk to him. And when they do, they're always cussing and fighting with him. And he doesn't even have a relationship with his children. So maybe maybe Michael doesn't want to have children because he's not a good father. He's inadequate. And maybe his kids may be successful due to him, or the way that he raised them, or supposedly raised them, but he doesn't have a good foundation or a good relationship with them. So he might feel like he might not be a good father, not throwing the blame on you. And then on top of that, why not get counseling? And it seems like Michael just only wants you for show, like you're a trophy wife. He married you because of your looks, your body, and everything like that, and you married him for money. So you guys didn't marry for love, and I always felt that way, and it seems like it's coming true. And then on top of that, Michael had you sign another prenup, which extends a prenup 5 years so he can leave you with nothing. Now that's not smart, that's not intelligent. So you should be working out how to figure out that prenup and making sure that you are secure, and you should be funneling money from his account to your account like you was doing for your mother. So worry about that situation. Worry about if Michael leave you, where you gonna stay at. Maybe you need to move in with Karen. Are you gonna be able to stay with Robin? Are you gonna be able to stay with Giselle? And it seems like Monique was on the right path when a couple of episodes ago she was saying that she feels like Ashley is actually trying to discontinue herself with Monique and Karen and really beat up Giselle and Karen's butthole. And Chris was telling Monique, oh no, that's not true, Ashley wouldn't do that. But it seems like that is exactly what Ashley is doing. And it's like, come on. And then we have Candace and her relationship with her mom. She's still whining and she's still crying about the situation with her mom spending the money, and her mom actually putting the money up for the wedding, and just being not content with that when your parents are supposed to pay for your wedding, especially if you're the female. I don't know if there's like an age limit when you reach like in your 30s, your parents don't supposed to pay for your wedding because you're too old. They're supposed to do it when you, or at least in your early 20s. I'm not too sure about that situation. It was like, whoa. And then, Ashley's mother really felt some type of way. I don't know. She said that she raised her kids and she did a good job as a single mother. But, Ashley, when she was in counseling, was saying that her mother abandoned her to be with a relationship with another man. To be with a man because her mother was seeking love. And that was her biggest beef with, her biggest beef with Robin, because Robin was chasing behind Juan and that situation, and she felt like Robin was being just like her mother. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that situation? And then on top of that, Robin needs to worry about Juan, if they're actually going to have a relationship, if he's in love with another woman, and does he really actually want to be with her? And actually, does he love her? And is this co-parenting thing, living in the same house and trying to save money, is that actually wasting Robin's time, where she think that her and Juan are going to get back together, and she's losing the rest of her youth wasting time with Juan when he's probably already have a plan? So we'll see what happens. And so now, everyone's back from their vacation. It's all good. And we also see that Robin, she purchased a house. And she purchased a house for $28,000. Actually, a fixer-upper, a really bad fixer-upper. It was really, 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 really bad. I don't know if she should have got that for $18,000 instead of $28,000. Well, if she's able to flip it and sell it for twice or double or triple, then that does make sense. And she's happy about that situation. And you have Gazelle. She meets up with her friend Kyle or whatever his name is, and he's actually used to be he's actually her hairstylist, and he's been a hairstylist for like about 20 years. And she explained to him about the trip, how it was just like, it was okay. I just got back, and she was bragging that she was out there, but at first she didn't want to go, and she felt like she was too good to go. But now, she's bragging about, I just got off the plane, I just got off, from my vacation. And she actually talks about, Karen, and being concerned about Karen, really just gossip, just a storyline, because really there's nothing going on with Giselle at all. And she's just talking about why I think Karen is lying. She's always lying. I don't know why she's making a big deal, whether she lives in Great Falls or not. I don't know why Karen's making a big deal at all about it. Maybe she just didn't want you guys to know her business. She want to keep you guys sipping and, looking for breadcrumbs, because you're actually giving her a storyline, because Robin, Ashley, and, Giselle are worried about what Karen's doing. So she don't really have to have a storyline, because you guys are concerned with what she's doing, and she's trying to avoid you guys like the plague with her personal life and her personal business. So Giselle feels like, oh, I want to support her, I don't want to be enemies or anything like that. I just want to know the real tea on her. Like, come on. Like, don't you got better things to do? Don't you got a book to write? So, and you don't really support her, because you made fun of her with hashtag pay your taxes, the Hugers, and you say little sly shit about her. You don't really care about her. Like, come on, why are they playing these games with us like they're really friends, like they really care about each other? Like, this is just tea, this is just drama to make fun of Karen, and things like that. And it's like, well, if you could do that too as well, but have something added on to your storyline. You don't really have nothing going on. This was really a terrible episode. It was really boring. I don't see nothing funny or anything that, coming out of them finding out whether Karen lives in a mansion or not. It doesn't change the fact what's going on in their life, that Ashley's in a bad marriage. Robin's trying to hold on to Juan for dear life, and Giselle's trying to hold on to any man that come in her circle now, and she's lonely. Like, you could tell that Giselle and Ashley and Robin are lonely, because they're not getting love, they're not getting support they need from their better half or Mel. They're not having that. They're lonely women. Like, it's sad. Karen may not be the happiest person, but, she can roll over and wake up in the morning and see who? Her boo, her man, somebody she's been with for years, something that you don't got. And Ashley said that she felt lonely when she came home from the vacation, that she felt like, she wish she had pitter-patter. She wished she had like footsteps. She wished she had like a kiss. She wished Michael was home, that he was there to greet her, and they had a romantic time, and they had lustful sex. It's not gonna happen, because it sounds like he really attracted to you like that. You his beard, especially if he's out here with men and he's on Grindr. Okay, I'm reloading. So we have that situation going on, and Ashley really doesn't feel happy. She calls her mom, because at this time and point, only person that she can kind of depend on is her mom, and she's talking to her mom, because where's Michael? He's busy making that money that he's gonna make sure you don't get. And so she had the conversation with her mom, and it seems like at least one thing, that they are building a relationship, and Ashley's mom has actually secured a nice resident. It looks nice, and she did it without Ashley's help. If you guys want to believe that, she did it on her own. I mean, she could have been doing it. And Ashley wants to keep it real now. She wants to tell Michael every negative thing that her mom said about Michael, and she wants to tell her mom everything Michael said negative about her, to actually rebuild a relationship on trueness and trust, because she believes her mom and her husband relationship is built up on fakery. Okay. And so we have Karen. She meets up with Matt, and she was like, Matt, I gotta talk to you. Matt said he's been knowing her for 12 years. Karen said she's been knowing Matt for 20 something years. So you do the math. Who's telling the truth? For 24 years, who's telling the truth. Well, Karen meets up with Matt. They have some champagne, some oysters, and she lets him know that the word around town is actually saying that you're going around telling people that I live in an apartment or a townhouse. And Michael was like, her personal assistant Matt was like, no, when I met you, you lived in a townhouse. That was so many years ago. So Karen's not believing the situation because she believed Ashley's lying. She believed like they're trying to cause problems between her and Matt, and they just, they are fascinated by Matt, so she's not going to believe it, and she's not falling for the okie doke. That's what she says. And so they toast and cheer away and have a good time, and they laugh at the girls worrying about Karen's business. Karen's like, why are you guys so concerned with me? I know these guys are fascinated by me, but damn, this is way too much what both of y'all, all three of y'all, plot line is on me. Only thing that was a plot line where you got Ashley talking about her mom, and you have Giselle absolutely just concerned with Karen, and you have Robin, buying a fixer-upper. Other than that, everything was focused on Karen, going to her house, putting on costumes to see if she actually lived in that house, which is sad. It's not good for the viewers. You're not really giving us nothing to work with. I've been trying. So, moving on from that situation, Candace, she actually meets up with Karen, and she meets up with Monique, and they actually talk, and Candace actually expressing her feelings with, her wedding coming up is very stressful. The stressful situation of the wedding is actually, having her mom, take over and want this and want that. So that's the situation, and that's a problem. And, there was like, that should be the happiest thing. Your guests, worrying about guests and worrying about your wedding dress, that should be the most difficult thing, not all this other tragic stuff that you got going on with your mom, and her taking control over it, and you not wanting her to take control over it when she's actually paying for it. So, and then also in the same token, Monique is like, so what's going on with you and Chris? Like, I don't really see you talk about Chris unless it's like something, outrageous, him calling you princess. Like, how's your relationship? I don't see you guys together. I don't see you guys hanging out. I don't see that bond. Like, how's everything going with you and him? And Monique is like, the fun part is the wedding part, but the real difficult part and the challenging part is actually staying together and staying happy. And then also we see Monique when she comes back to town, her and her husband Chris have a good conversation, and she actually understands, Chris, when you say something that something's bothering you, something's not making you happy, I should heed that message and take it in and try to change it to make you feel better, because if something's bothering you, I should try to make it better. And Chris was like, sometimes I go off, I get mad, and I'm, I act like a, Tasmanian devil, and I shouldn't really do that, and they both kind of like apologize to each other and actually figure out that they need to be nicer. And then when Chris said, when you're gonna have another baby for me, he wants to keep Monique barefoot and pregnant, and but just the joy of him wanting his wife to have more children and produce more of their seeds. So it's a beautiful thing. Then you think about Ashley's situation where, Michael's coming up with every excuse not to have a baby with her, and they're married. How's it go? KISSING. Then first come love, then come marriage, then come a baby in a strolling can, something like that, in a stroller. So that's what Ashley wants. She's a young woman, she's fertile, and she's getting older. Michael's getting more older, and some women don't want to have children, but actually want to have children, and she said that Michael agreed to have children with her when they first got married, and now he's just changing up on her. So, and she don't know what she's going to do with that situation. So Monique and actually Chris, they make up and they're trying to get things together. Monique is also talking about, she's been really stressed out because of having a miscarriage and how it really affected her and being very busy. So she's going to slow her roll a little bit. She's going to slow down a little bit. She's actually rubbing her husband's foot. One hand washes the other. And so we get back to, Karen and Monique and Candace, and they asking Candace, like, what's going on with your marriage? What's good? And she was like, we're having some difficulty with this wedding and things like that, but Chris is actually really supportive. He actually keeps me grounded, and he actually is like the go-between between me and my mom. It shouldn't be that difficult between you and your mom, but it seems like your mom is really, really very opinionated, And on top of that, she wants things done the way that she wants it to be done because she's paying for the wedding. But it's also tradition for the parents of the daughter to pay for the wedding. So she should at least lighten up a little bit. And if you want to have a really successful life with Chris and start off on a good note, because, you know, Candace said that she wants to, once she gets married, she wants to be more independent. She wants to run, you know, the hair shop and open up the front store or something like that. That, you know, she wants to be more independent. So if you want to be more independent, take half of that 100,000 and 20 and just only spend 50 grand on your wedding and call it like that. Call it what it is, because it seems like you're going to be wasting money on this wedding. Too much money when you don't have that. And then on top of that, you know, Chris has 2 children and they see him on this TV show. They're going to want child support. They're going to be coming after him for child support if they're already not coming after him for child support. So then he has back child support, you know. Then also Chris has been married before, so, you know, this is not like a fairy tale for him because he's been there, done that. So think about your future. You know, you could take 50 grand of that money and open up your own storefront for yourself, you know. Just cut the costs. And then actually getting back to Candace, you know, tells us about her sister Crystal, that is her half sister, like, you know, because that's her mom's second marriage with her stepfather. And, you know, they're both talking about, you know, starting a storefront with the hair. And basically they're online, but they think it's a better idea to have a storefront. It's up to them. And on top of that, you know, where people can come in and try on the hair and things like that. But, you know, Crystal, like, her hair doesn't look like she sells hair. You know, but, you know, she's not a hairstylist. She's not a, you know, she's not a salon person. But at least if you're going to be selling a product and you're going to be wearing your product, or hopefully you are, you just want it to stand out on your body. Like if you sell jewelry, you sell dresses, you know, if you sell pillows or things like that, you want whoever come to view it to like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. I want that hair that you have in your head. I want the pillow. I want them shoes you have. I want that bracelet. I want that necklace that you have on, because you're a walking advertisement. So, you know, I think she can do better. You know, Ashley hair looks nice. It's really big, but, you know, it's pretty on her, but just the parts kind of make it look like a wig. But I don't know if it's just extensions or if they're actually selling wigs too as well. So moving on from that situation, and they're basically trying to get their mom to invest in the storefront where they can actually run and be in charge of it. I'm telling you, Ashley, Candace, take some of that money from your wedding and invest in your own storefront, or at least pay off your mom half of the house so you can have total privacy once you are married to Chris, where you don't have the interference of your mom coming in there and staring for a month or 2 months, because that could be kind of difficult, you know, with a newlywed couples, because you don't know when she's gonna come. So moving on from that situation, so we have Robin, we have Giselle, and we have Ashley. They're actually going to, you know, Robin's fixer upper. It looks really bad. It looks terrible. And they're actually, you know, doing a little bit of work. And, you know, Giselle brought some wine, really smart of her. And she was like, let's drink this wine outside. Giselle was like, this house is nasty. It's disgusting. She was like, welcome to the hood. I was like, yo, Giselle, you're funny. And, you know, Ashley was like, you know, I didn't know it was all this. I didn't know the house was this tore up. I would have worn different boots. But Ashley did have on some nice boots. I seen them boots somewhere on sale. And so, went suede boots in the wintertime. I mean, in summertime, that's a little bit too much, right? Or maybe it was chilly out there. So now they're outside, they're toasting, they're thinking about Karen. Here we go again, talking about Karen. We know we really wanted to find out where she lives at. We want to know what's going on with her. We want to know how we can support her. We want to know if she's telling the truth. She's always lying, but why worry about it? Because Robin, when she was telling you part of her truth and some of her truth when she called you early in the morning and she opened up to you, you went and told all the other girls, so why would she open up to you? And then when she had the Karen's conference or whatever, even though she didn't answer any of the questions with the hashtag on the shirt, you know, Giselle, it didn't look like you was really supporting her. So now if you guys would have just listened to whatever she had to say and move forward and be like, you know, we got your back regardless, then maybe she'll be able to open up. But I wouldn't open up to people that I believe that was throw daggers. And she always says, Ashley get close to you and get information from you so she can throw it back in your face and use it against you. And we see Ashley always use the information against people. She always have the lowdown on everybody situation. But right now she's staying clear of Robin and Giselle information. She's just focusing on really Karen information. And she's not accusing Monique of being a drunk anymore, so that's cool. And so, moving on from that, so now they come up with a plan where, Giselle, Robin, and Ashley are going to actually deliver pizza to Karen's house because they want to find out if she actually really lives there. It's actually really true. So they're going to be putting that together. And then we actually see Ashley goes to visit her mom, and her mom has a nice place to stay. And Ashley actually told her mom what, what Michael said about her, that he doesn't really want to have children with her because, of the way that she was raised and how her mom treats her, and her mom is like a bad representation of parenting, and he thinks that is going to be a generational curse, and Ashley's going to be a bad mother. One thing I can say, I don't believe Ashley will be a bad mother. I don't believe that she'll be neglectful. I think she will be giving her child love, and plus she's in a different state where she has support, she has the finance to have her child to have a better life where she won't be so stressed out. She can live just like Monique. Monique got nannies, maids, she got everything. And Ashley can have that too as well. But I don't know. I don't think he wants to procreate with her and have a biracial child. And if it's true, like Ashley mom said, like, how can he diss me when he doesn't even talk to his children, and his children are always cussing him out, and he doesn't even have a relationship? At least I have a relationship with my children. And yes, you do have a relationship with your children, but one of them, you was milking her like a cow until she put the end to it, until her husband made her put the end to it. And so she just thinks it's a very selfish excuse. And she was like, when she first met Michael, he was like, she was a good mom, she's a good parent, she raised Ashley right. Like, if Ashley was so terrible and her mom was so terrible, you would think twice about marrying a woman that comes from a really negative background. So, it just seems like it's convenient for him to say now that, Ashley mom is no good or whatever, because it seemed like he did care for her at one point in time when he, purchased that apartment for her, and he was renting the apartment and paying, the rent for it. But the gist of it was that she couldn't have her boyfriend living there anymore, but she took advantage of that. So maybe that could have turned him off too as well, towards Ashley's mother, not seeing her actually progress and go forward. So that could be a situation too. But he's married to Ashley, and how Karen she is towards him, and Ashley's always talking about pleasing him and pleasing him and pleasing him. It doesn't seem like he puts the effort towards Ashley and please her. So she was just like, Ashley mom was just too thrilled. She was like, it's just an excuse. And that's when Ashley is just like, uncle told me that I'm just a trophy wife, and he's never going to have a child with me. So Ashley is debating whether she should stay with Michael or not. And most likely she's going to stay with Michael because of financial benefit that she's getting, and she has a comfortable life too as well. But at the end, it's going to be up to her if she really wants a child or not. And it seems like Michael doesn't want a child with her, point blank period. He don't even want to talk about it, and he don't even want to discuss it at all. So now she doesn't know where it leaves her. She doesn't know what she's going to do with that situation. She just feels like, that she's getting older and he's getting older, and she don't think that they're going to have kids. You might not. I don't think you're going to have kids either. So we'll see what happens with that situation. We'll see what goes on. It seems like the next episode, the finale, seems like Michael does not want to have children with Ashley, point blank period. That's just how it's going to be. And so we got we have Ashley, Giselle, and we have Robin. They actually go to Karen's house, and they're about to deliver a pizza. First, they put on these costumes that look really weird, just like crazy. It looked like Giselle had on the same type of outfit that she had on when she went to the park to play ball with, Candace and Chris, I believe, that doing that exercise outside, where she has her whole body showing, like all her legs up to her top. Like, I don't know what's going on. Then where did they get the wigs from? Did they just find them out the garbage can? But Robin outfit, she did look like a piece of man, and I have no idea. It seems like Ashley was trying to look like Elvis. And so they want to make sure that Karen lives in Great Falls. And then you have, Giselle talking about, when I first met Karen, she invited me to her house all the time. I was there chilling. I was here and there. Now she don't invite me at all because you guys ain't friends no more. Peace. I'm out. One love.